Hello students, myself Sachin Srivastav. Many of the students are facing problems in technical interviews. Therefore, for the benefit of students, today I am discussing some technical questions related to electrical machines. Question number 1. How open circuit and short circuit test are conducted on the synchronous generator? So answer is the open circuit test is conducted at the rated voltage and frequency so as to nominate the flux, while short circuit test is conducted when full load current flows at short circuited armature. Under the short circuit conditions, full load current flows at a reduced voltage, so flux will be reduced. Question number 2. What is the short circuit ratio of a synchronous machine? So short circuit ratio of the synchronous machine is defined as the ratio of the field current required to produce rated voltage on open circuit to the field current required to produce rated armature current, with the armature terminals shorted while the machine is mechanically run at the synchronous speed. Question number 3. What are the V curves and inverted V curves of the synchronous machine? So first of all, V curve is a plot between armature current and field current, and as the field current is varied, and inverted V curve is the graph between power factor and the field current. In this, the field current is also varied. Question number 4. Under which condition synchronous machines supply reactive VARS? So answer is a synchronous generator supplies reactive VARS when it is over exciting and supplies lagging power factor current. Question number 5. What information is obtained by the pointers method using open circuit characteristics and zero power factor characteristics? So answer is leakage reactance and field current equivalent of armature reaction. Question number 6. Why distributed winding is used in the armature of AC machines? So answer is flux per pole is limited by the machine dimensions and the peak flux density, which is cannot exceed a specified value dictated by saturation characteristics of the iron. Therefore, for inducing an EMF of the appropriate value in a practical machine, a large number of turns are needed, and it is not possible to accommodate all these in a single slot pair. Question number 7. What is the condition for achieving maximum torque in an induction motor? So slip at which maximum torque occurs is S maximum equal to R2 divided by X2. So R2 is the rotor resistance and X2 is the standstill rotor reactance. For maximum torque at starting, S equal to 1, that is R2 will equal to X2. Question number 8. What is the range of slip for motoring, generating and plugging? Answer is for motoring, S lies between 0 to 1, for generating S lies between -1 to 0, and for plugging S lies between 1 to 2. Why delayed commutation takes place in DC machines? Answer is the leakage inductance LC of the coil undergoing commutation has induced in it reactance voltage LC, which is equal to dic by dt, which opposes the change in the current, thereby delaying commutation. Question number 10. Why series motor should not be allowed to run at no load even accidentally? Answer is in series motor at no load, the motor current and hence the flux per pole tends to increase to infinity, which is the dangerous situation, and the centrifugal force will destroy the armature. Question number 11. Why excitation current is non-sinusoidal in case of transformers? Which harmonic is predominant? So answer is due to the saturation of the core, magnetizing current is peaky and non-sinusoidal if the flux is sinusoidal. But if the magnetizing current is sinusoidal, then the flux is flat topped and induced EMF is peaky and non-sinusoidal. In both the cases, third harmonic is predominant. Question number 12. If thickness of the lamination is reduced in the transformer, what will be the effect on core loss? Core loss is made up of hysteresis loss and eddy current loss. So the eddy current loss depends on the square of the lamination thickness. So if the lamination thickness is reduced, then the eddy current loss will also be decreased. Question number 13. Why induction motor is designed to operate at low slip? Answer is, if the slip is high, then the mechanical power output will be very low and the rotor and stator copper losses will be very high. Due to this reason, induction motor is designed to operate at very low slip. Question number 14. What is the nature of the armature reaction in the DC machine? Armature reaction is cross-magnetizing in nature. Armature reaction flux strengthens each main pole at one end and weakens it at other end. If the main pole excitation is such that iron is in the saturated region of magnetization, then the increase in the flux density at one end of the pole caused by the armature reaction is less than the decrease at the other end. So there is a net reduction in the flux per pole. Question number 15. What are the conditions under which a generator may fail to self-excite? The main conditions are: first is residual magnetism is absent, second is the field connection to the armature is such that the induced EMF due to the residual magnetism tends to destroy the residual magnetism, and third is the field circuit resistance is more than the critical value. 16. Why distribution transformer are designed to attain maximum efficiency at 70% of the full load? Answer is, if maximum efficiency occurs at 70% of the full load, then the probability is very high that maximum time transformer operates around maximum efficiency. So due to this, all day efficiency of the transformer is very high. Question number 17. What are the main functions of DC motor starter? To ensure that the armature current is kept within the limit so that the large current is not drawn from the supply. Next point, in shunt motor, starting the shunt field must be switched on first so that the steady field current is already established before the armature with the starting resistance in the circuit is switched on to the supply. Acceleration time is also controlled and the field failure is prevented. Next question is question number 18. While measuring synchronous reactance of a machine at different field current, measured synchronous reactance takes into account which of the following quantities: leakage reactance, armature reaction, core saturation, power factor. Answer is, synchronous reactance measured at different field current takes into account leakage reactance, armature reaction and core saturation. Question number 19. In induction motor, what is the speed of the rotation of rotor MMF vector? Answer is, MMF vector caused by the rotor currents of frequency F2 equal to rotates with respect to the rotor conductor at speed ns minus n and at speed ns with respect to the stator, as the rotor itself is moving in the same direction at speed n with respect to the stator. Question number 20. What type of loading conditions makes it necessary to use the compensating windings? Answer is, if the load on the machine undergoes a test change, armature current and armature flux change accordingly, resulting in the statically induced EMF in the coil proportional to this voltage is over and above the dynamically induced EMF in the coil. Then worst condition occur when the two EMF are additive. This happens when a load is dropped from a generator or added to the motor. Question number 21. What will happen if a small air gap is introduced in the transformer core? If the air gap is more than the current rating or primary winding will impose a limit on the magnetizing current and desired flux cannot be generated in the core. Although its gap is small, it will remove the saturation of the magnetic field in the core and it is used in the current transformers. Question number 22. The residual magnetism of a self-excited DC generator is lost. How can we build up its excitation again? Answer is, in large DC generators where armature current armature connections cannot be reversed and direction of the rotation cannot be reversed. So the problem is overcome by the temporarily exciting the field from a battery source. This is known as flashing. Last question is, what is the nature of armature reaction at different power factors? Answer is, first is armature reaction is demagnetizing when a generating machine supplies zero power factor leading current. Next is armature reaction is magnetizing when a generating machine supplies zero power factor leading current. Third is armature reaction is mostly cross magnetizing, though it has a small demagnetizing component when a generating machine supplied unity power factor current. Thank you.